Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jim and Chris. We're here to break down the trailer for Fast and Furious 6.
Yeah, this is the Super Bowl spot. Here we see that a lot of the story is going to be set throughout Europe. This is, of course, London, and right here we get our first look at
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans. He plays the villain Owen Shaw, a role that was reportedly initially offered to Jason Statham, so you would have gotten the transporter taking on the Fast and Furious crew. He leads a gang of these sort of high-tech, almost military-style approach to heists that they pull off with their souped-up cars.
It's thieves versus thieves. Now, you'll see here, really quickly, there's two of these cars, two modified F1 cars, and they've got these, like, weird little, like, Mad Max ramps on them.
Yeah.
And this front car, we think, is the one that has Luke Evans in it.
Yeah, because we saw him pull down the windshield and everything, and those are also used for car flipping, which there is much of in this trailer.
Lots of car flipping. Right here is a good example. This is the harpoon flip. You'll see some more harpoons in this trailer.
Yeah, there's a lot of harpooning and no whales in this movie.
So yeah, we get any way you can destroy a car.
Yeah. Now this truck in the background here, just remember that because it's going to be involved in a very cool birthing scene later in the spot. Luke Hobbs, played by Dwayne Johnson, the DSS agent and antagonist of Fast 5. He's back and forging yet another rough alliance with Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel, back again, the series star. I think he only sat out one movie so far. That was Tokyo Drift. Right?
And that's where most of the people sat out. Now, here is, we think this might be the Canary Islands, right?
Yeah, they filmed in a number of locations throughout Europe, including the Canary Islands, so it's possible, but it doesn't mean they're necessarily set in the Canary Islands. Maybe it's doubling for someplace else.
Right. And there's our first shot of Paul Walker.
Yeah, back as Brian O'Connor. Now we kind of get a roll call here of new and returning characters.
Yeah, that's Gina Carano on the right from Haywire. She's a very new character.
Yeah, she is Agent Riley, another DSS agent. And, of course, Gina Carano, if you don't know, big MMA star. And then returning characters real quick. Tyrese Gibson back as Roman. And then, of course, the young lady on the left.
Yep, Gal Gadot. She's a former model.
And then Sun Kang back as Han, who, as you might remember, died in Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, that's part of the continuity. So this movie obviously follows Fast 5, but we haven't yet gotten to Tokyo Drift. That's in the future.
That's right. And then Ludacris back as Tej.
And here we see a group of everybody, you know, sort of congregating.
Yep.
And then coming up now. This is a ramp. These occur all over Europe.
Yes. Apparently, natural geography can create any sort of ramp in Europe.
Now, you see on the bridge up here, there's some damage there. We'll see what causes that in a little bit. And then you see hanging in the background is our first look at this tank that comes into play later in the trailer.
That's right. Right there. This is the birthing scene we're talking about. A tank is born out of a container truck.
When you really just can't wait to get that tank out. You just
That's
go ahead
right.
And destroy
This
the
is
truck.
9 months, people. That's a long time to carry a tank around.
You get that G.I. Joe style carnage. Now, you were saying Gina Carano might be replacing somebody? Or?
Well, you know, look, Eva Mendes showed up in the series, and she in Too Fast, Too Furious. She popped up in the cameo in Fast 5. So maybe Gina Carano's character, even though it's a different character, is kind of meant to be the new version of what Eva Mendes' character could have been.
Right.
You know, Eva Mendes is the only one to not really come back for this.
Right. And there you see the carnage happening to the bridge and this, like, amazing spoiler on this muscle car here. Now, here's the flippy part. And you can tell this is in London because of the way the cop cars look.
And the license plates.
And license plates, obviously.
So that's how you take those out, kids. Okay, this is just awesome.
Yeah, this is a team up. You see Vin Diesel holding the dude on the bottom, and then The Rock doing some WWE stuff
doing what
on the
only
top.
The Rock could do, which is fly and hit.
And clothesline. You don't want to get clotheslined by The Rock.
I mean, come on. How come that guy's not played a superhero yet?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now here's more harpoon action. This time they're going to take down an actual plane.
Yes, they're crashing a plane. We see the actual harpoon going into it. But that's not all. It's not awesome enough. Oh, yeah. Let's go back here.
We'll see our first look actually in this trailer of Jordana Brewster.
Yeah, Jordana Brewster back as Mia, Dom's sister, and, of course, Brian's, I believe, now wife in the series.
And so they're taking down this plane, and then there's the money shot here. Yep. Planes birth cars in this movie. So
yes, this was what everyone was talking about online, of course, after it aired during the Super Bowl. Very tough act for Beyonce to follow, I think, until, of course, there's a blackout.
Justin Lin is a hell of a midwife.
Yeah. Justin Lin, who has directed every Fast and Furious movie since the third one.
So here, now this is a bit of tricky editing, so we don't think these things are necessarily happening at the same time. Right here you see Toretto inside of his muscle car. You see the maroon out there. Now you cut to this next shot, and there's a silver car and being followed by a black car, and you can see by where the wheel is placed that this is one of the European London sequences probably.
Right, and then, you cut here to him getting out of the
back
maroon
to the
car.
muscle car, and also in London. And then you cut to this reveal, which is Michelle Rodriguez is back, and she's known as Letty in this series.
Yeah.
She died back in...
She died in Fast and Furious, the fourth one.
Yeah.
And, of course, she was Dom's love interest in the early films. She's another thief and racer. She apparently is part of the crew, Owen Shaw's crew, so she's one of the bad guys in this one. What does this mean for Dom? Is she going to continue in the series? We'll find out.
Can't wait for this movie.
But it's going to end bad.
Only have to wait till May 24th, and we'll have more on this until then.
Thanks, guys.